You can get a band score of 7 in your grammatical range and accuracy so long as you would use the most appropriate choice of tense. Grammatical range and accuracy is a measurement of your ability to use a wide range of grammatical structures without making a lot of grammatical errors. Using the right tense in writing your essay is an essential component in getting a high score in the grammar part. However, tense errors are quite a common mistake in presenting your responses in writing Task 2. Well, hi there, my name is Teacher Edmore, and for today's lesson, we are going to discuss on how to use the tenses correctly in writing Task 2. In one of our videos before, we discussed the tenses. I think that's in writing Task 1. Well, we discussed that tenses are actually verbs that would indicate the time of an event, and we are going to break down these tenses into 3, and these are very common in writing Task 2. These are present, past, and future. So when do we use present tense? Well, if we want to mention an event, or let's say a fact that is true or generally true, then we may use present tense. Let's take a look at our first example here. In many cities, many people are living in large apartment blocks. Does this accommodation have more advantages or disadvantages? Well, basically, it's true, right? So we could say apartments provide a shelter to people deciding to live in the cities. Well, we could actually improve this one by using other words like collocations or expressions, and even using our present perfect tense. So what does it mean? Well, present perfect tense means a truth is the same in the past and even applicable now. We could say it cannot be denied that apartment blocks have been providing, so we could use have, been, and verb ing. A convenient way to house the influx of people to metropolises. We could actually consider other vocabularies. We could paraphrase that to get a better score. Moving on, we have here past tense. So when do we use it? Well, basically, it's in the past. Well, if we say that a truth is not applicable now and it's just in the past, then we may use this one. It's also important that whenever we are going to give our example, we could use this one. Mobile phones enable us to take work or personal calls anywhere, anytime. Do you think this has positive effect on individuals and society? Let's take a look at one of our students' response or example. It says here, example for this is in the west of Philippines, 2012, when a big earthquake hit it. And people in towns are able to call authorities and ask for help, especially those who are hurt. What is wrong with this one? The past tense of hit is still hit, so we cannot say heated. Well, it's very important that you have to review those changes whenever we're going to use the present form, the past form, and even the past participle. And look at the tenses. It's not consistent. We have here are, which is present. We have ask, which is in the past, and also in the present. So basically, the examiner would be confused about it. Let's improve this one. For example, in the massive earthquake that shook, that's in the past, the western part of the Philippines in 2012, people who lived in isolated towns were able to, instead of saying are able to because it's in the past, contact authorities and tell them exactly where the most vulnerable people who needed help were located. So as you can see, all of our tenses were consistent, right? Now, moving on, we have here future tense. So how or when do we use it? Well, basically, if we want to say that a certain event would happen in the future, then we may use this one. What are the advantages and disadvantages to having one language in the world? Let's take a look at the first answer here. There is one advantage. Well, it's very important that whenever we're going to write our sentence, make it sure that we should write at least 10 words, not just 3 or 4. We will have better partnership with other countries because we can speak just one language. We'll have better partnership, that is correct. However, we have here can speak just one language. If we would go back to our present tense, we mentioned there that we use that one if we want to present a general fact. However, we can speak just one language. It's not applicable now because almost all of us from different countries, we are using different languages. So they are not actually consistent. We could improve this one by simply saying, with all people speaking the same language, there will be fewer barriers and therefore trade would flourish. Why is it that we use will and we use would? If we want to make a prediction or if we want to guess intelligently, we may use would under some requirements or circumstances. And what is that? If we speak the same language, that would happen between countries, resulting in a healthier world economy. So there you have it. It's very important that we should decide on which type or which kind of tense should we use whenever we are going to present our sentences. Showing off, like using a lot of it, would not make your essay natural. Well, in fact, it would be confusing for your reader, and it's possible that you would get a lower band score. So for our summary, for our present tense, we just use the base verb, definitely. And also, if we want to use our present perfect, we may use have, has, been, and verb ing. Well, something that is true generally. Past tense, we could use this one for past events, like maybe examples. So for our verb, we could just use was, were, or just the past form of our verb. And lastly, for our future tense, we use will plus base verb, or we use would plus base verb whenever we are going to present a prediction. You can get a band score of 7 in your grammatical range and accuracy so long as you would use the most appropriate choice of tense. When in doubt, just use simple tense and just write naturally. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this tip helped you. And if you want to join our classes, just don't hesitate. We could help you definitely. Just like this video and subscribe to our channel. Just don't forget as well to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. See you next time. Ciao.